So firstly, girls, what's your names?
My name is Adele.
And my name is Ariana.
And what have you been doing for the past week?
We have been working on a variety style.
Including being a part of meeting Catch 22.
We are team ambassadors for Team Boundaries, so that's a good thing as well. We've been working on a website plan, fundraising ideas.
We've been carrying out an interview for different people in the society.
And we've been making certificates for Team Boundary workshops and Team Boundary champions as well.
Brilliant. So what made you want to come and do work experience for Family Lives?
Well, I've been wanted to do a work experience for Family Lives because Team Boundaries, which is a part of Family Lives, came to Barking Abbey to do a workshop on sexual bullying. And basically we was introduced to Leonie Hodge, who then through her we liked the way she was delivering the sessions and the way she approached us, and through then we just came here.
And it's also nice to be open-minded about subjects you would like to do. So this charity-based work also allowed us to get more in touch with society and different things in society. So this is why we came.
What lessons do you think you've learned from talking to Jeremy Todd, our CEO?
That to go into a job you have to enjoy it, not necessarily just for the salary, but if you don't enjoy the job then there's no point of you being there.
That just because you do something in university, it doesn't mean you're gonna carry on with it for the rest of your lives. You should always go and do different things, and for you to get different ideas, volunteer in different places, and for you to learn, and for you to at the end put it all together and actually analyse what you want to do.
And we learned that charity work isn't just an old shop, you go in and donate stuff. There's so much more to charity work as well.
Would you one day ever hope to work for a charity or set your own charity up?
I wouldn't say that I would do it full time, but if it's a part-time thing that I would, not to work for someone but to set up by, say if we were going to do it together, to set up one by ourselves that we can work on, that can just be another career, because you don't have to normally stick to one career choice, so yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself raising a charity up, but if I was to, because I believe strongly in the important issue that's happened recently in my life, but I would definitely volunteer in one, also try to help out as much as possible.
Yeah. In terms of sexual bullying and the issues that you learn about sexual violence and sexual exploitation, how relevant do you think that is in today's society to young men and young women?
You see, people forget that things still happen to young children, and we are the generation, as they say. So I think sexual bullying and sexual exploitation is very, very relevant, but it's just not seen as relevant because there's other things such as recession covering the voice of the youth, so they don't have anyone to talk to. But that's why Team Boundaries, an organisation like this, allows and draws youth closer to them as well.
I believe that the media and adults have tried to hide it away to make it seem as if the world's perfect, but sexual bullying does happen around the world, and it doesn't. Yeah, in schools, it doesn't have to be big places or
even at home.
Yeah, the stories don't have to be known. It does happen, but everything's just covering it, so it makes it seem as if none of this is happening. Yeah.
And how does that make you feel as young women growing up, knowing that from what you've just said, is that you're feeling as something's being ignored or brushed under the carpet? How does that make you feel?
Angry, I suppose, because these important issues are not being put out there for them to be taken care of. They're just being brushed to the side, and by them being brushed to the side, it's going to continue happening, and it might even get worse in the future.
I feel that it actually shows, for it to be covered and we know that it's still out there, it makes us feel like not everyone else like we've got different mentalities from everyone else because we're able to recognise that there still is a problem. But the fact that so many people still don't recognise that it is a problem, something needs to be done about it. And charity work, that's a big, big work to do around, yeah.
And what would you say to people who say it's wrong to talk to young people or educate young people on sex and relationships education in schools because then it could put the idea in your head? What would you say to that?
I would say personally that if you're going to do the job yourself, if you're going to actually do it, then fair enough, you have a right to say that. But if you're not going to teach your children, or you're not going to teach, or your teachers aren't going to teach your children about sex education and the risk of it, the risk of anything happening, then so they shouldn't be like surprised when it does actually happen because they're not educated about the risk and how they should prevent it.
I believe that the youth should be like taught about everything that they're going to be exposed to like later on in the world, because if they're not taught these issues and these things, then I don't know, like it may become like a problem to them later on in the future, I guess. Yeah. Really.
And what sort of things do you think, you know, girls or boys who could be victims of any of these subjects that you've talked about, what sort of things do you think could happen to them later on in life that could affect maybe them bringing up their own family?
Stuff like domestic violence. Even so, you know, like sending pictures that, like, say if you start at this age and you're not aware that it's a wrong thing to do, later on in life it will come back to haunt you. You have to know that there's a way to stop things, and there's people that you can talk to that will advise you the right things to do so that you can prevent anything from happening, from like bringing up your children like later on in life, or even getting a job later on in life as well.
Brilliant. What would you say to other young people who wanted to come and do work experience at Family Lives?
It's great.
It's brilliant.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's an eye-opener.
Yeah, definitely. You feel part of the team. You feel welcome. There's nothing you can, like, you haven't had a bad day at all. We actually look forward to coming to work. You don't want to go, but you have to.
We have to. We actually do not want to go.
But we look forward to welcoming you back, obviously.
Definitely, we're coming back. We're team ambassadors. Yes.
For TeenBoundaries.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.